You about to feel fire, baby. The overlord of high society up in here. B-L-U-D. Feel it. Nobody bugs. Check this shit out.
People think of Palm Springs, they think of old people and maybe like Indian casinos or something. And it was like this old nudist colony up on the hill, like when you kind of drive out to Yucca Valley or something. Like it was buildings at one time, but it was just left with just like an empty pool. And because it was like a nudist colony, they called it the Noon Bowl. So we just like bring generators up there and throw parties, and it was kind of like famous in like Thrasher magazine. And it's almost like as an artist, you really have to sell yourself. You have to like expose yourself so much. It's like you might as well be stripping. And the money isn't as good. The Plateau, Lost Heads, like it was just seriously like 150 kids every weekend at various different middle of nowhere spots, like borrowing a generator from their dad. Like everyone was just getting drunk. Like it was the purpose was to get drunk, and like maybe like a really cool band would come out from the middle of nowhere. For desert kids, but we were like in the sticks, you know. And there's like, I think Desert Hot Springs, one of the cities out there, has like a huge meth issue. So it's like a lot of the young kids end up doing like speed. I mean, anyone would do is just get out. This is from a previous show, and I'm working on it again. But this is like silk screened and it's all sewn. This is like a painter's tarp. Like I painted that and then I silk screened, and then these are all sewn on here. I've lived in Long Beach for a long time. I had a bunch of shows out there for a while. And then I stopped painting for like 2 years. I don't know, I stopped. I think I had like a boyfriend or something that like took a lot of time and it was a distraction. Like people I didn't know came up and started talking to me, and like I didn't want to hear their criticism or their likes or dislikes about what I was doing, and it just made me really uncomfortable. So I'm like really good at graphic design. I know how to like make websites. I know how to do all that stuff. I got a good paying job doing it. And now like everything I do, I don't want to use the computer for my personal art. Like I want to take a big stretch from the computer, and it's like sometimes I find myself going like Apple Z, which is like undo. So with the last show, me and Giselle came together and was really trying to like, okay, she's a photographer and a painter, but she wanted to use her photography, and I'm going to paint on her photography. Like, what is the theme of this going to be? Like, how is this going to cohesively happen? And that's the hardest part. And then once you find the cohesive happening of it for the show, and you can like get it all together, then it's like the production work of it. And they ended up looking like almost like tribal gods or something. And they're all figures of men kind of like in the LA scene of sorts, and show idol worship. And they're almost like radiating this thing. It looks very like Indian or Mayan kind of sort of thing, and that's what I was doing. And so I'm taking that and kind of taking that study and working further with it, with the geometric patterns, taking photos again, but maybe on a smaller scale. My friend Brianna, this is Brandy, Lauren, Julie, it's me again. I have to do a bunch more of these. Maybe you guys should come back and film when I actually have more stuff. And I had a friend of mine, he's like, oh yeah, I could build you the frames and stretch it for you, no problem. Well, I didn't know that it was gonna look as bad as it did. So, last minute, final hour, we were supposed to be hanging this stuff on Friday. Friday night, Giselle pulls through, brings her friend that is like a curator and stuff for the LACMA, and he comes and like re-stretches everything and makes it all tight and beautiful. Favorite fine artist by far would have to be like that whole like Basquiat era, and like that whole Andy Warhol, and just that early 80s New York stuff. I love all that stuff. And my friends, I think my friends make really great art. I like a lot of just color and rawness to art, I think. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bunch of these panels, about 20 of them, and then I've cut out all these little squares. And so I'm cutting out all these little diamond shapes, and then I'm pasting them in various different neon colors on these boards. But these are photographs, and then I painted out the backgrounds or either chopped them out and did more of this like Illustrator thing, and I want to do like 40 of them. I go to my friends in Long Beach a lot. Like if I want to like let loose, like there's this strip of bars on 4th Street in Long Beach, and there's like the Red Room and the V Room, and that's where I'm from. That's like family, you know. And like I go there and it's like cheers. Like I see everybody I know. Like I can't walk a block in that city and not be like, hey, Mr. So-and-so, and like da 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 da. These two are me. And this is me and Giselle. Giselle took this photo.
This is Giselle.
This is my friend of mine. It's like all over the place. Like maybe you get like a whole ton of different sounds from it. I drink a ton of wine and smoke pot. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I try not to smoke too much pot because then it gets like way weird spaced out. But sometimes, like in the beginning process of it, like I like smoking pot out. I think it helps. Like you hear a lot of people like blame their parents for a lot of things. But I had like total freedom to find out who I was, and I think I'm a lot wiser in my years than some because of that. A tough thing going on, but it's cool. When are you putting this up on the internet? Maybe wait a while.